Well, now that your Thanksgiving turkey's prepped for the fryer, Mike Kommersmith joins us again to show us how to safely deep fry your dinner centerpiece to perfection.
It's unbelievable, the time finally arrived. It's time to cook the turkey. We get our official peanut oil here and we get ready to get down to business. Yeah, they pretty much have these turkey frying kits down to a science. It's pretty much, you can pretty much put this whole container of peanut oil in here. It's the perfect amount. Yeah, these Cajun deep fryer kits actually help you out. They have lines that show you what the maximum fill line is, and pretty much all of those 3-gallon containers of peanut oil that you can get at the store are the perfect amount. And one thing you got to make sure you do too when you're playing with fire, make sure you got some gloves. Be safe. A lot of people burn their hands or burn their skin because of something as simple as not wearing gloves. Plus, the most important thing you have to have with you, you got to have a fire extinguisher. When you're cooking with oil, you can't use water to put out a potential fire. You've probably seen the videos on YouTube where people inadvertently put a frozen turkey into a fryer and cause an explosion or a really bad fire, and you don't want to turn your holiday or your family get-together into a nightmare. All right, we've got our full propane tank. That's our master valve. This is our throttle. We'll talk more about that later. Hear the sweet sounds of gas. And then we're gonna light that sucker off. All right, we got the oil. It's starting to heat up. It's gonna take about a half hour to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour to get the oil up to temperature. We gotta get up to 400 degrees when we start cooking the turkey, but while we're actually cooking it, we're gonna be cooking it at 350 degrees. I'll be riding the throttle here to keep that turkey cooking at a constant 350 degrees. It takes 3.5 minutes per pound to get that turkey cooked for you. Technology is a wonderful thing. Now they got these digital thermometers, so we're gonna be able to set a temperature alarm on this thing. We'll also be able to have a countdown timer so we can set it to the proper minutes and seconds for cooking this bird. And here's the thermometer that will periodically check the oil as we get closer to start cooking this bird. Surprisingly, already we're up to 138 degrees, 145 degrees, about 165 degrees. All right, our oil's just about there. We're gonna go ahead and put the turkey up here on the stand and get down to business. So there's a hole in the front of the turkey. So it's real important, make sure you put the gloves on. You gotta have the gloves on just in case something goes wrong. You don't wanna be doing this with no gloves on. Now it's real important, you gotta put this bird in really slow. You can hear it starting to, that's from a little bit of the water inside the injector seasoning. So slowly. All right, it's a little hot, so I'm gonna throttle it down just a little bit. We're at 392 right now, so gotta turn it down, gotta get it down to 350. Now it's real important, guys, when you're cooking these, you gotta make sure that you do not leave the turkey while it's frying. You wanna maintain that 350 degree temperature. You wanna make sure it doesn't shoot up to 400 degrees, because once it hits 400 degrees, that's when you start having problems. We ended up with a burnt turkey, and nobody likes burnt turkey. Oh yeah, the time we've been waiting for. It's been cooking for about 42 minutes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it out of the oil. We're gonna let it rest for a few minutes. Then we're gonna check the temperature. And you want the turkey, the internal temperature to be 160, 165 is the temperature that you're shooting for. And after we let it rest for about 5 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and put it on a platter and go ahead and cut this thing up and have us some Cajun deep fried turkey.